State. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina. And we got another week for you.
I sent you guys, I think it was last week, this sweet little old lady who is recently widowed.
And she'd been married for like 40 years or something?
Yeah.
A long time.
Really long time. And has both her parents who also are, you know, she has to like kind of maintain and manage them as well. But she's started TikToking because she was so lonely. And she was like, have a snack with me.
I would love to.
Yes.
I'm just like, I want to hold her hand.
Yes.
She's just cute, talking about her day. She said she would when she would get home and talk to her husband about like how the day was, any little things, and like just eating her little sandwich.
Yeah, you know, this is the kind of thing that we need more of, because I watched that video, which was very, very sweet. And also, you know, therapeutic for her, you could tell, because she was transferring this thing that she always did with her husband and sharing that with us. And that was really lovely. But also reading the comments.
Oh,
that is what I need. I need my faith in humanity to be restored.
Yeah.
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 You know, because I'm just like, I need to know that there are good people out there who care about other people, who want to share the good things in their lives, who want to encourage other people who are maybe going through a rough time. Mm-hmm. And that it truly, like, that did bring me so much joy. We were talking about, you know, in the break off mic, that TikTok has really gotten us through. I know people are sick of hearing us talk about TikTok. I know.
I know. Just a glimmer of hope.
No, but you're absolutely right. When the state of the world is how it is, and social media has amplified the ugliest voices and the ugliest points of view that humanity can have, because that extremism gets clicks. It really is right now a place where you can cultivate a bubble of kindness, and in a way that is not what it is to step out your front door or to go onto Facebook or anywhere else where you encounter this ugliness. We got a guy in our small town that has been blowing up the Facebook group for months. People have been like, there's this man in this red car and it's covered in MAGA and that kind of thing. And he drives very aggressively and he keeps running cars off the road. So people have been posting about this dude. Well, we had Fiesta Days last week, and he got aggressive going through the intersection and ran over a family.
Stop it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh my God.
Luckily, they're all right.
Oh my
God. You know, when
Is he in jail?
He was arrested that night. He is out on bail.
Oh my God.
Wow. I mean, that's like attempted manslaughter, basically.
Yeah. We have another guy who the week before burned down his own house and almost started a wildfire here in Fraser Park.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on here.
There's something just so deeply sick about our society right now. Like there is something. There's a real lack, and that's what I mean when I say, like, going into videos like that and looking at the comment section and that kind of like uplifting stuff, because there's a real separation. Yeah. There's a real separation from each other and like separation from ourselves that's happening. We don't, and when you're untethered like that, it makes you sick on the inside, and then you react in these like really like horrible, destructive, extreme ways. And so I would say, you know, for a quick fix, curating a good FYP is a great idea. Yeah. I would say for the long term, and this is something that, like, now that I am coming out of my depression hole, hopefully, I backslid yesterday, man. I was like, I'm gonna have a good day, and then I'm like, it's not even noon and I'm sobbing on the couch, you know. But like, baby steps, baby steps forward. But a lot of people that I know are really experiencing real depression. Like as somebody who is diagnosed with massive depressive disorder, like I am seeing people having real depressive episodes. And something that I really want to get back to, and that I would encourage everyone else to get into as well, is like, find a way to volunteer in your community.
Yeah.
It's going to help you. Find a cause that you care about, find like-minded people, find a way to help someone else.
Yes.
Because that's how we're going to heal this society. Like that's how we're going to heal each other. That's just my 2 cents.
No, we've been drowning in zucchini here. Like our zucchini plant.
I did not expect you to say that.
Not what I was expecting.
Such a monster. We have had everything zucchini. We've had fried zucchini. We've had grilled zucchini. We've had zucchini pasta. We've had zucchini bread.
Pasta is so fucking good.
Yes,
Yum.
from the recipe you sent. Yes,
butter zucchini butter pasta. It was so
delightful.
Good.
Still have so much left over. There's a food pantry in our town that's near a church, and so I posted, I'm like, hey, I'm drowning in zucchini. Would anybody like this zucchini? People went nuts for it. So I've
fresh
been taking
zucchini,
fresh extra zucchini to the food pantry. It's like usually all it is just like
canned
dried
food,
goods and
food,
stuff.
yeah.
So that's been fun. And I've met a couple older women who also like take and stock things in the food pantry. And I was like, oh, we're like really getting into this.
That's so lovely.
Yes. Finding something, a way that you can give back, or a way that you can go and talk to sweet old ladies who also like gardening, who are like, these are the largest zucchinis I've ever seen. I'm like, I know we have like an actual like monster in our garden.
Mine aren't getting that big. Like mine are staying pretty small. Also, you know what I've learned? Because my zucchini is, now it's gardening corner. My zucchini is producing, but I think I'm allergic to the zucchini like leaves.
Oh, the
like
leaves.
they're all like
no, they'll get
they're
you.
So spiky.
Yes,
and
you have to wear gloves.
Itch so bad. I'm like scared to get in there and pull the zucchini out because it always makes me like itch so bad. But yeah, fresh zucchini, amazing. I actually need to go and harvest some today. My tomatoes have been going bonkers.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I'm gonna
pounds and pounds of
canning
tomatoes.
next weekend. Like a little homesteader.
I love it. I love aggressive homemaking. You know what I mean? Yeah. Someone actually sent me something. Hold on. What was it? Because I was like, yeah, exactly that. Because I'm baking bread. I'm gardening. I'm crocheting. You know, I'm doing like all this shit. Oh, they said, it's Martha Stewart, and it says, me loving homemaking in a Martha Stewart scary perfectionist boardroom bitch kind of way, and not a trad wife pleasing men way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, there's something like such a sense of accomplishment to grow a vegetable that you eat.
Yeah. Just a lot of that kind of that's why I really do hate it that these like religious movements, trad wife, whatever, all of this stuff has kind of taken over the quote unquote homemaking space or the domestic space, because I find something very, very satisfying about all of that stuff. Like I find cooking satisfying, baking satisfying, bread making, gardening, all of that stuff is very satisfying to me. And I don't have a man that I'm like doing those things for. I don't have kids that I'm doing those things for.
Satisfying because you're doing it for yourself. Yes. Yeah. If I had to garden to feed somebody else, I think I would find it irritating and annoying. But I'm like, I'm like trying to fix this problem that we're having with our beans right now, and I'm like getting into it. Getting
if you were doing
water.
it like a job, it would not be fun.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. True. Did you see, speaking of, not doing it for a man or kids, did you see the statistic that came out while we were on break? Yeah, that was like by 2030, so in 5 years, by 2030, 45% of women in America are going to be single and child-free.
No, the birth rate is dropping. Ladies, we could do better. it turns out when becoming pregnant is a life-threatening condition in most of the country, women don't want to fucking do it. So
Imagine.
also,
and
when
all the
raising
conditions of living in this country. We were just talking off mic about medical care and stuff like that. And look, I literally just spent $900 to take my cat to the vet. And one thing, and I would spend $1 million. I fucking love that bitch. But like one thing that I did say was, well, it's less expensive than having a kid.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine having a child and the amount of fear that you have already just inherently as a parent having to care for a child. And then what if they get sick? And then what if you can't afford to care for them? Like just, I get it. Like why people don't want to have kids.
Dude, it's like $50 for formula. It's like
It's insane.
$1 billion for diapers.
Diapers are insane.
Daycare is more than you'd make doing your job. Like why?
Right. Yeah.
Why do it? It doesn't make any sense. It's a bad financial decision.
Said the Capricorn.
I was going to say, it's a very Capricorn way to put that.
Very, very Capricorn coded.
Yeah, no, but I think the most revolutionary thing you could do as a woman in this day and age is be celibate.
Honestly.
I think it's very revolutionary. I think it's also the safest thing, honestly. But
The safest thing would be never to leave your house.
Well, yeah. No, get into female spaces more.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to making covens and
Oh yeah, I invited Cass. Well, you won't be here, but you still got the invite. You always get invited to everything we do.
I know.
But I'm gonna have that fall equinox party, all girls, and we're gonna plant
crystals.
Oh hell yeah! And I'm gonna like look up some things we can do. We're gonna make herb wreaths, and I'm gonna pull up a lot of
card readings.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna pull up a lot of the summer plants, and we're gonna plant for fall together as like a girl group. It's gonna be awesome.
Speaking of tarot, Cassie, we were talking last week about Kendra falling in love with her psychiatrist. On one of her lives, she pulled tarot for herself. She pulled the Tower card, not once, but twice.
How? How do you How?
Yeah. And she was like, took it as a good sign. And it's like, honey, that's destruction.
No,
that is like your tarot deck is telling you.
Warning you. It's like, ma'am.
Miss ma'am.
No, never.
We are unwell. All of us. Yeah. We are unwell. I know people get sick of us talking about, well, some people get sick of us talking about men. The men are not all right. That's true. But none of us are all right now.
No,
it's also true.
Nobody's
the kids are not all right right now.
You know what I tell myself? The people that listen to our podcast, it has to be validating to like go through their day and then have other people who are like, yeah, this is fucking awful. It sucks right now. And they're like, yeah.
I was like, man, are we being too negative? Are we being too negative? And I'm like, no, you're right. Because I have to believe that everyone feels this way.
Yeah.
And they need to know that like you're not alone. If you were going through it this year, we are all going through it. We are all going through it. But like Christina said off mic, according to astrology, and we're going to choose to put our faith in that because fucking why not?
Why
At this point. You know what I mean? The second half of this year is supposed to be way better than the first half. So just hold on to that belief. I'm holding on to it. So
fingers crossed, you know. Oh my goodness. Well.
Ooh, I have an idea for a fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, let's do it.
So now that it's come out that I think Dean Cain or whatever his name is is the worst Superman ever.
Why is it always the B
Dean
list?
Cain?
Not even B list.
Who are you? What's your name? I thought we could do the good Superman. The people who have embodied maybe that Superman quality, who have played him. So there was a good list of Supermen.
For sure.
Christopher Reeve, of course, who I think if Trump was alive now would be very anti-Trump because he was.
Oh, you mean if he was Christopher Reeve?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a slip of the tongue.
No, that's not what I said. No. So list of Superman actors. Let's see.
Well, we got Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Yeah. Christopher Reeve.
Who plays him in this?
For sure.
In the new James Gunn one. I've heard that's good.
He looks like Henry Cavill's little brother. Like he looks just fucking like him. I feel like
he's pretty cute.
He's very cute. Yeah. I don't know his name though. Let me look it up.
Who played him on what was that show? There was the show.
Oh yeah, Tom Welling.
Is that in Smallville?
Smallville, yeah.
David Corensweat.
Oh, okay.
Is the new one.
Corensweat?
Corensweat. CORENSWET.
Okay. Well, he's very cute.
Yeah.
I love a dark hair, light eye combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Welling was the one who played him on Smallville.
Yeah.
I never watched that show.
I thought he was hot. I never watched it either.
I never did either. But I think that people loved that show.
People loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think definitely Christopher Reeve.
Yep.
And then
definitely
I think
Henry
we have
Cavill.
to do Henry Cavill. Yeah. And so then which one of the others do you want to go? You want to go with you want to be current? Go with the young guy? Or
let's
go old school. Go with the new guy, David Corensweat.
Yes. He's very cute.
He's very cute. Yeah, he is very cute. Okay.
Should we?
Yeah, he's good looking.
Let's do astrology to help us with the
I think,
decision.
yes. I don't know anything about David. But oh my God, his IMDb picture, he's got some. Ooh, his IMDb picture. Cavill. Look at this. He's got some.
Oh God,
5 o'clock shadow here.
Hello.
He looks older.
Hey,
hot.
He is an Aries.
Okay, Henry Cavill is a Taurus.
Wait, no, he's not an Aries. It says July 8th.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, sorry, he's Cancer.
Cancer man. Okay.
Why they said Aries? It's Aries governs his head. I don't know what that means.
Which Christopher Reeve is was. What's September 25th? What is that?
Virgo? No.
Oh, hey, he's David has a Pisces moon.
Okay.
So he might be comfortable talking about his feelings.
He's a Cancer sun, a Pisces moon. Yeah. We're going to be talking about a lot of feelings. September 25th is a Libra.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we have Reeve is a Libra. Henry Cavill is a Taurus.
A Taurus.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
David is a Cancer.
Cancer?
All right.
Wow.
Ooh, I just recently had a bad experience with a Libra man. So unfortunately for Christopher Reeve, that kind of is coloring some things for me, even though he seems like a lovely person.
I don't think I know any Libras. Not really
either. The only Libras I knew were women.
I know some Libra women who I like. Yeah.
It's my opposite. We either love each other or hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a Libra sun, Pisces moon.
Ooh.
So anyway, I think I am going to, I'm just going to go on vibes because I really like Christopher Reeve and he seems like the safe choice for marriage, but I think I'm going to marry Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to marry Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
There is an energy there. And I know that I've talked shit on him on this podcast before because way back in the day, I think he made some kind of dumb comment about it being difficult to date or something like that. We all make mistakes. We've all lived, laughed, loved, grown. We're different people now. I'm different. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. His energy seems very solid when I see him in interviews and stuff. And I like that. I think it will be he's a Taurus. I think it'll be a real grounding presence for me. So yeah.
I also really am leaning towards Henry Cavill, but he is giving me explain board game rules energy.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I'm just like, I don't want to know how to play Settlers
No,
of Catan.
can we just play and then I'll figure it out as we go? Like that's more my vibe. Like, can we just play? Like, can we just go? Like,
no, he needs you to know all the fucking
all
rules
the
first.
rules. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then and then it's one of those things where like you're constantly having to refer. I don't think that that's how you do that, and then you have to go like back and refer to the rule book over and over again.
It's a real like Cones of Dunshire.
Oh. Well, shit.
All about the
Christina.
cones.
God damn it. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my answer. I'm not.
Okay.
I will not be swayed.
Everybody's got that little quirk where you're just like, that's he's gonna pull out a board game
And you know what? But that's fine.
Derail this party for an hour, trying to explain to our group of drunk people how to play this very complicated game no one's heard of.
There is always one, and they always. It's all. You know what? It's usually. It's either Settlers of Catan or it's like a card game that is like, it's got a million rules and each card does something different and this card interacts with that card and that one. And
I hear you.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I hear you talking about our...
You know
euchre.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Euchre.
Oh no, I'm not talking about euchre. I'm not talking about euchre. I'm not. But I'm talking about like you buy a deck. Like there's always some weird like explosion of blah 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 whatever, and and all of the cards do different shit. And I'm like, I can't.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not.
I feel like I've had 2 cut waters. I am not listening to you.
And look, I if you are this way. No shade. I love and respect you, but I need you to know I'm polite. So I will absolutely sit through you explaining the rules of this game, but you have to know it's monkeys playing cymbals up there.
Yep.
Like in my brain.
Yeah. And
I'm
at some
not.
point, you just got to let us play because I do not want to have to do this all fucking night.
I am thinking about what I need to get at the grocery store. I'm thinking about, you know, like what I'm going to eat later. I'm not focused on you reading these rules. I am just letting you get it out, and then I'm gonna learn as we go. Like, you do what you need to do, but just know
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tactile learner. I need to be hands-on. Sorry. Sorry.
exactly.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So, okay, I am going to marry him. I'm going to fuck David Corensweat. I saw that picture on IMDb.
Yeah.
That guy is fine. And I don't know anything about him. So I can't make he's a Cancer Sun, Pisces Moon. I cannot be in a relationship with him. It would be a watery disaster, truly.
Yeah.
Like we're crying all the time. No one's making any decisions.
And
Our feelings are getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. So, but fucking him, sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it going. And then Christopher Reeve, we can be friends because a Libra, they're good talkers and they're actually pretty good listeners too. So I'm like, I would be friends with a Libra man despite my recent experience.
I think I know what I'm going to do too.
Yeah.
I think that I am going to, I think I'm going to marry Christopher Reeve. He was with his wife for a really long time.
They really love each
seems
other.
very solid.
And also, he was born to a journalist mother and a writer professor father.
Yeah,
I'm sure
good
he's
intellectual,
good.
Yeah,
good
like
conversationalist.
I said, and Libras are good conversationalists in general. So yeah, good.
All right, and then I am gonna fuck Mr. Corensweat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Corensweat, isn't that what made the country so hot? last week? Did you hear about that?
I think that was no.
It was. Yeah, they were like the corn sweat is leading to a heat wave.
What the fuck is corn sweat?
I've never heard that phrase before in my fucking life.
How do they even
corn
know?
sweat?
Haven't they fired everybody who knows things?
That's
now?
exactly right, Cassie. I feel like this is some bullshit. I feel
Yeah.
like this is someone who's just going off energy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're just saying whatever in the White House.
Anybody
right
can
now.
say whatever now.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Corn sweat. Yep.
Yeah, no.
Although I do want to say this poor man, his name is Corensweat. Sweat.
Yeah.
But Corensweat, yeah.
Yeah, Corensweat. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck him. He's hot.
Yeah.
And as a Cancer, I think too, like we would angry fuck and yeah.
Steamy.
I think that'd be
Fire,
steamy.
water, steamy. Yeah.
Oh, so steamy. And then I guess I'm gonna be friends with Henry Cavill. I could see that. He seems like down to earth and
He does.
kind of chill, but yeah.
Yeah, you can have
He
some real
does
like
seem-
nerdy conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
He
just
seems
one-
like he would be maybe, and I'm so sorry to my husband, but I do think that he might be a little boring for you, Cassie.
Yeah. Henry?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm going to marry Christopher Reeve as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how a Cap and a Libra get. I can see that being butting heads sometimes, the very
gonna irritate
black
you.
and white nature of a Libra. But he's intellectual enough that I think that we could, have these great conversations and everything.
Here's my experience with the Libra.
Okay.
I don't think that they're black and white. I think that they're shades of gray all the way through. Like that air sign energy that's just like, well, whatever. That's why they're so like indecisive and shit too. But I could see that irritating you. But
It could. But also,
I feel like I need to know more about this Libra thing.
we'll talk later.
We'll talk.
We'll talk another time.
So I think I'm going to, and I'm going to fuck Henry Cavill. I cannot see myself being married to him long. I had dated that guy that was really into Warhammer, and that's kind of scarred me against.
Poor Henry Cavill.
I can't do tabletop gamers again. Like that's
You're
on
like,
me.
I
That's
draw a
my
line.
own trauma. Like that's a boundary
Listen.
I've set in my life. Listen, it may not make sense, but that's just where I'm at right now. So no more tabletop gamers, but I'd fuck him. He's really good looking and seems. I know we talked about Hot Hands Neeson last night.
Yeah, Hot Hands Neeson. yeah, Henry Cavill does have
Hot
good
hands.
hand energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna really just,
Grab.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was good. Now it makes me want to watch the new Superman. I've heard it's
I heard
good.
it's really good. I know. I had the opportunity to go see it at work, but I was out of town during Superman week, so I missed it.
Well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
And we're back. Okay, Christina, kick us off.
Okie dokie. Let me open us up here. I probably should have had it ready. Totally did not, but here we go. All right. So she says, I had an experience this evening which has really made me question myself. I had taken 6 months off of dating. I'm a 26-year-old female because I was finding it too crushing and wanted to heal. I decided to give it another go and went on a first date tonight. Things seemed to be going well, and the conversation was flowing. We'd only been here for an hour and a half, so we were still warming up a bit, of course. But it felt so early on, I wasn't really thinking, is this person worth another date? I was just getting to know him and was enjoying it so far. He asked me a question about work, and as I was responding, about midway through my sentence, he cut me off and said, I'm going to head.
Okay. Wow.
My ego, the hit to my ego, if you were to do that shit to me.
Wow.
In the middle of your mid-sentence. Okay, I'm going to talk about this at the end, but I haven't been watching Love is Blind. This is so like convoluted meta shit. I have been watching Kenny JD, who is a YouTuber I like, talk about Love is Blind on YouTube. So I haven't watched the seasons and I'm like, I don't need to. I've got the rundown. I got the breakdown. Exactly. You're giving me everything I need.
That's what I do for the show in Just Like That. I follow a couple TikTokers that talk about the episodes so that I don't fucking have to watch it.
I don't need to watch like 16 hours of Love is Blind. I can watch 2 hours of somebody summarizing the entire thing.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And
just the high point.
She was talking about one of the episodes where they were in the pods and one of the girls is a little long-winded and she was like talking. And the guy in the other pod got up and walked.
I think I saw that episode.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, no. It's so rude. It is so aggressively rude.
It is.
And so I'm going to head.
Okay.
I thought I must have misheard him because of how abrupt and out of nowhere it seemed. So I said, sorry, I didn't catch that. And he said, gonna head home and chill with my housemate. He got up, hugged me, said, nice to meet you, then left.
Okay.
The hug feels extra condescending.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost like,
It's not necessary.
Yeah, I feel really crushed, not because I really liked him. I literally didn't know him yet, but because to do that, he must have been so desperate to get out of there, which is very confusing and contradictory to how I thought it was going. I'm just baffled that I managed to read the room so badly, as I'm normally a very emotionally intelligent and aware person. I can't think of anything I did that was so bad that would warrant him being so keen to leave so abruptly.
Yeah.
I'm an attractive girl and I look like all my pictures. I asked him lots of questions. I didn't say anything weird or intense. I feel really hurt and like there's something off-putting about me. I have no idea what it could be. No, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. Mm-hmm. Don't internalize rude behavior. Like that's on him. That's not on you.
And also,
fuck that guy.
You're not for everybody, right?
Also
so
that.
Like, you're never going to be for everyone. You're never going to be able to please everyone. I know it's a hit to your ego. It is to mine as someone who like always wants everyone to like me. But you're not going to be for everyone. But his response to maybe you two not clicking was rude as fuck. And like, that's on him. That's not on you. That is on him.
Yeah. You can't stick around or finish the conversation or just be like, like I'm
not feeling chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's just like such a more mature, emotionally kind way to handle not vibing with somebody. Like I definitely had dates where I was just like within a minute where it's like, it's not going to work out, but you could stay and have a fucking beer. Yeah. Be a decent
finish your drink person. And then say, like if you really just want to go home, because sometimes I just really want to go home, so I'm like, I can understand that, but have your drink, finish your drink, be a person, be a fucking present human being in the world, and then be like, you know what, I'm really not feeling chemistry and I don't want to waste your time or my time. Like, so it was lovely to meet you, but maybe we just end it here. I think that is fine to
totally
do.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Ugh. Rude.
Ugh. I'm a head out.
Okay. So mine's from a listener, and it starts out, Christina read a story of mine back in 2018. Ooh. Your September 12th episode. That
God
was
damn.
About... I know.
It's a long time ago.
This person's been listening for 7 years, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I feel like I just had one of those Kevin Hart moments where he's like, damn.
Damn.
Seriously. Wow.
Damn. That was about the time a relationship I had been in for 6 months totally crashed and burned one night. That happened at the beginning of my sophomore year in college at Kent State University in Ohio in 2004. I spent that semester a bit down in the dumps and just focused on having fun with my friends and picking myself back up. I was not interested in hooking up or looking for anything else at the time. During these months, there was a girl in one of my classes that started to sit by me every class. Then she started hanging around to talk to me for a couple minutes after class before she left. She did not live on campus like I did. She was a commuter. She was very attractive and had a great personality, but I was just not in the headspace to really notice that she clearly liked me and was getting increasingly flirty. In hindsight, I'm certain she was like, how is this guy not noticing? And probably thought I was a huge dumbass. And she'd be right. Back then, I was the type that needed big glowing neon sign that said, she's into you.
I feel like a lot of men are like that.
Yeah.
Also, like, I think women are naturally more perceptive, maybe, in a lot of ways. But although I have said on this podcast that I haven't known when someone was trying to hit on me before, but men, I think, are especially like that. They need you to explicitly kind of.
I think, especially,
or it's the other side of the equation when
or they
like,
think you're into you, and you're like, I fucking hate you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't read signs well. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The semester goes by, and on the last day of class, she told me she will not be returning to school there anymore, but said she wants to get my number because she will be around every once in a while to visit a friend, and maybe we can party sometime. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Here's my number.
This is wholesome.
I prefer this to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Much rather this scenario.
100%.
Like, oh shit. Oh, okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All I could see is like the Pete Davidson.
That's exactly what I was picturing. All right. Okay. Okay. Still, I didn't think much of it, and I figured maybe I'll hear from her in a few months. It was probably no more than a week or two later when she called. She said that she'll be in town and wants to know if what I have going on. I happened to be going to a party at my lesbian friend's house, and she said she could meet me there. I only mentioned the lesbian to detail this and set the scene. You know, fun time, safe environment, not some frat pro douche party. The girl was into it, and she met me there by herself. We had a blast at the party. You know, you never know how the chemistry will translate when it goes from brief encounters in the classroom to actually hanging out together, drinking and smoking some blunts all night. So we're having a great time, and I'm getting to the look from my friends like, hell yeah, dude. They were happy to see me having fun like that with someone else, given that I had just been what I've been going through the last few months. We then walk back towards my dorm to cap off the night. It's maybe about 10-minute walk from the party to my place. The friends I came with walked ahead a bit to give this girl some space, probably wanting to encourage me to, quote, close the deal. This girl and I are talking, we're laughing, good vibes all around. It seemed like a no-brainer that she was coming back to stay the night with me. We get to about 1 minute away from my dorm to go up to my room. Then I stepped on an uneven section of concrete on the walkway or something, but let one of the biggest farts of my life. I really let one rip. I was completely
oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Mortified.
Oh my God. When you, an unexpected fart like that. Oh.
You guys, I had just been talking to you about sleep talking. So the other night, I guess Eric woke up and went to the bathroom or something. He came back in and he said that I asked him, "Are you reheating spaghetti?" And he goes, "No." And I said, "It smells like spaghetti." And then I let out the juiciest, loudest fart.
Oh my God.
And he's just standing there
Then you're rolled over, night night.
I had no memory of this. He's dying laughing. He's so, yeah.
Oh, God.
I can't.
Spaghetti.
I've been in relationships with people who talk in their sleep, night terrors in their sleep. If I get with a sleep farter, it's game over.
Yeah, you're
game
done.
over. I'll be gone in the morning when you wake up, actually.
Yeah. I'm actually out of here
What
already.
did I do? You know what?
what
Doesn't
you did.
matter.
You know what you did. I never farted in front of girls. Hell, it took me 2 years until I farted in front of my now wife. But this poor girl that liked me for months while I was oblivious to her got an accidental all-timer from me.
Like also having your bubble burst like that when you like have idealized someone, you've romanticized them.
Oh, that ick never leaves. It's for there forever. Instant ick. The blast was so big that my friends that were good 20 feet ahead of us in open air fucking heard it and turned around.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh,
I apologize.
They were in front of you. They weren't even behind you.
At how funny
Dying.
this is. I swear to God, he's writing it so well too. Oh my
I apologized profusely and told her that's so not like me. She was a good sport about it. It said she thought it was hilarious and not to worry about it. But then suddenly she remembered, I told a friend that I was going to stay with her that night and that she had to leave. I did not attempt whatsoever to convince her otherwise. And of course, let her go on her way.
Shit happens, and like
Seriously.
literally, and like I would be a good sport about it like her, but it is true. It's like when you have romanticized this encounter and you're like, our first time fucking is going to be like so good, or whatever. It's so romantic. We've had such a good night, and then something like that happens. It's like I can't.
It ruined.
When we get like the romance is gone. There's no reclaiming that when you get back. You know, like no.
You will not be shocked to hear that I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
I could have convinced myself that I misread that situation that whole time and that she didn't enjoy hanging out that night. But I had a whole group of friends that night who witnessed the whole thing and said for sure she was into me. Those friends were men, women, gay, straight, all agreed.
Yeah.
My now wife and I started dating a year later and still to this day joke about the fart that changed my life.
Oh, I mean, things happen for a reason.
That's right. He might not have met his wife if he hadn't have let it go.
God.
Yep.
Wow.
God sent that fart to meet your wife.
Sent that
It was a thunderbolt. Yeah, just straight from the heavens. Okay. This one's a little bit short, but where to begin? This guy had watched too many pickup videos, and no doubt he's currently an Andrew Tate fanboy.
Boo.
Silly on my part to have a date in a park during COVID lockdown because there was no one around and he was terrifying. I don't think that that's on you. I think that that was probably a smart idea.
Yeah.
To like have a date in a public
Open air
place.
park. Yeah.
You know, but it's lockdown, so there's not a lot of people
Yeah.
around. So I get what she's saying.
Ooh, speaking of, I heard that the new COVID strain is yikes on bikes. Yeah.
No,
Great.
don't. We're looking
Sorry.
forward to a better second half of the year.
I know. I'm getting ready to go to a conference around tons of people. So
Yeah, maybe make sure
Ew.
you're up on your vax
yeah,
while you can.
yeah, for sure.
Well, you can.
I know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he was trying to touch me and grab me almost immediately, 5 minutes in. And my body language was literally turning. So speaking of what we were just talking about, it's like guys who like can't pick up that you like them, or guys that do not pick up at all that you're giving them major ick.
Right.
And my body language was literally turning away from him. I didn't want to try and leave until other people were around, so it lasted longer than I would have liked. He showed me a video of him doing 50 burpees.
Oh my God.
Hey, look what I can do.
Look at, wait. Made me watch the whole thing and insisted I feel his guns twice.
Oh. No thanks.
I worked at a school, didn't tell him where, and he claimed to have a tutoring business and would just go around to all the schools and ask the principals until he found me.
Ew.
I wish you wouldn't.
Red fucking flag.
I wish you would not.
He also said, it won't be too hard to figure out which school your kids go to either.
Dude.
He thought he was flirting.
No.
When I
That's
left,
a threat.
Yeah.
so scary. When I left, he asked for a kiss and I refused. He said, I love it when people play hard to get.
Nope.
It's not what's happening. I told him I'm not playing, and he leaned in again. I said no, and he said, "Joke's on you. I always get what I want, and you are at the top of my list."
I am getting a taser.
911.
Yeah. Mace.
Leaned in again. I pushed him away, and he said, "We're going to have so much fun together." Ominous. Like, how fucking... That's serial killer shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Truly.
We're going to have so much fun together. A threat.
No.
Totally.
Mm-mm.
I got in the car and left. That evening, he texted me to say he felt a real connection and knew I did too.
No.
And that we would make beautiful babies.
Nope.
Ew. No.
He wanted to plan the next date and get that kiss. This 40-year-old man genuinely thought the date went well. Meanwhile, I spent the next 6 months keeping my eye out for his car at my kids' schools.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking
also,
yikes.
man, I missed the fact that they were older because you were talking about them being Andrew Tate fan. Dude, a teenage boy being an Andrew Tate fan is one thing. You know what I mean? Like, they're young and it is stupid.
Impressionable.
And impressionable. But a 40-year-old being a fan of that ridiculous shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, but you know what? Because she initially says, like, watch too much pickup artist stuff. And that was huge. Like, I could see him being a millennial or elder millennial who was maybe in his 20s. Because I was in my teens. So maybe, like, if he was in his 20s when that shit was really popping off, and then just, like, never matured, never let go of, like...
Somebody who peaked in high school, you mean?
The amount of damage that show did, and that, like, toxic...
Truly.
If she says no, she means yes, keep negging her to get what you want kind of thing is... I cannot believe that show was just like on MTV and we accepted it.
Yeah.
As a culture is so crazy.
Revisiting anything from the early 2000s feels like a crime.
Truly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we wanted to torture ourselves and have a new Patreon segment, we could watch Pickup Artists and comment on it, because I'm thinking about episodes that I watched and I'm like, this would be borderline criminal if it was on TV today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Dude, and there was also, MTV had some really fucked up shows. Didn't they have that
fucked
one?
up dating shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Next.
Yes.
Oof.
Fucked up. Like, just, wow, what a blow to your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Next was, and then the one that I did like, that actually this might be a fun one for us to revisit if we can find out where to watch it, was Room Raiders. Because that was the one where they would like kidnap you, and then the person had to go into your bedroom and had to decide who they wanted to date based on your room. And of course it was always like the nastiest men, like nastiest 19-year-olds who fucking did not wash their sheets.
Yes. Oh my God. Dude, that fucking pillow I shared with you guys. I still have nightmares about it.
Ugh. Wow. I mean, we talked about it on a previous episode. If you have not looked that up, I recommend that you do, because
I felt like
haunts
it was
my dreams.
Rage bait at first. I was like,
But
there's no
you know
fucking
what?
way you're living with that.
If that was rage bait, that was very committed rage bait, because that thing had not been washed for at least 20 years. Like, you could fucking tell.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on though. I want to share this story, and I should have shared it at the top, but it keeps leaving my brain. And we've been talking about how men are disgusting. So I want to even the playing field a little bit. My friend Sarah, who is the wife of our editor, Thomas, she has told me this story multiple times, and I'm always like, I need to tell you guys. And then I forget. It leaves me. But she was talking to me about this girl who is like a mutual friend, and they would go on trips to the lake every year, like big friend group trips. And so this girl, she's like, I stopped fucking with this girl when we were in the car on the way to the lake, and she was sitting in the front seat, in the passenger seat, and she needed to change her tampon.
No, she didn't.
And
why did I know you were
it
about to say this shit?
out.
No.
She pulled it out on the drive and put it in the cup holder.
say she threw it out the window.
No.
That is
she
worse.
put it in the fucking cup holder and then she
actually
forgot
don't-
about it. And the woman whose car it was like, you need to go get your bloody fucking tampon out of my car.
Forgot about it.
Yeah. And then she opened a bag of chips and was just like eating chips and was like offering them to
No.
people. And it's like, girl, no.
Your
Who the fuck raised you?
dirty pussy hands away from my fucking face. And now my car
In my car
smells
smells like Menzies. Shut up.
This is the worst thing.
I'm so sorry I've sat on this for so long. It just kept leaving my brain because I was just like, what kind of human being
Oh my God.
lives their life like that?
gas stations exist, Courtney Love. Jesus Christ.
And so then she was saying, like, because that friend who was driving, I think, like, she and Sarah have birthdays that are like close to each other, so they will have like birthday parties, like joint birthday dinners with like their whole thing. And Sarah was like, I wouldn't eat the birthday cake because she cut it.
Girl.
You
And
don't
I was
know.
like, you don't know.
You don't know. When was the last time you washed your hands?
Because
I don't trust them.
And I know this girl does not listen, so you know. But goddamn,
The cup holder.
in a car full of other people, just reach down and whoop it out. Do
Did
it,
she put a
lady.
new one in?
Like, she must have.
I just have follow-up questions.
Imagine. Also, I know you two so well, and we are like family. I don't want to put my tampon in front of you,
No.
No.
or take it out.
No.
I don't want to do tampon business.
No.
In front of you.
First of all, I don't use applicator tampons. Nobody needs to see me doing any of that business.
Right.
Ew, God.
And it's not that, and here's the thing, like we three are very much like anti-period shame.
100%. It's
This
not
isn't
about
about
that.
You wash
that.
your hands after that
It
shit.
is
There's
not
no ways to wash
clean.
your hands.
Also, it's like, would you take a shit in the passenger seat of
No.
somebody's car?
In
Like,
the cup holder.
this is private business. Ew, are you going to pay to get my car detailed?
There is
and you're
no
right. You're
way.
right. The smell. The
The
smell.
smell, baby.
Because
You are
that's-
in an enclosed space.
That
I'm
is the
pulling
reason
over.
why.
You need to
that-
handle this shit. Get the fuck
Immediately.
out of my
So,
car.
like, why? Look, I'm anti-littering to the nth degree, but it's like, honey, it better to go out the window than sit in my fucking cup holder. I swear to God.
Am now imagining. I'm playing the game Consequences. in
Of
my
course,
head,
yes.
Where I'm like, what would Cassie and Keegan do?
Oh my God.
I took. If I did this, like what would you say? What would your face? What would it
Keegan's
be?
face would face, but my mouth would mouth. Okay. Keegan's
That's
face.
100%.
You'd be like, what are you doing?
Are you
I'd be
fucking
like, what are
serious?
you doing? I would 100%
Cassie
say, what are
would
you
say
doing?
it. She
Yes.
would say
Yeah.
it. I think I would be, the bitch would be too stunned to speak over here. Like,
You're like,
Keegan's face would face, my mouth would mouth. I do not have a filter.
what are you
I have-
doing?
what are you doing?
And
I would
I'd
actually be
"Oh,
like,
I'm
do we-"
changing my tampon. You'd be like,
No,
why are
ma'am.
you doing that?
In my car?
In your
We're
car,
pulling
especially
over.
if it was in your car, because your car is
clean
immaculate.
as fuck.
Like,
No. I mean, no.
Anyway, I'm so sorry I slept on this until
Girl,
the second. We could have started the episode with
I'd
this.
be
I'm so
spending
sorry.
too
But-
fucking much money on car.
yeah.
Well,
To
she
be
should pay for
having-
to have
Could
your
you
fucking car.
imagine? Did you
detailed.
imagine in my fucking Mercedes when I had that white leather interior?
I was about to say,
God
light-
damn.
The disrespect.
The disrespect. That's-
Also, that bag of chips is hers now. Like,
Yeah,
no.
well,
Put
Ev-
a
this
tampon in
car-
a bag
this
of chips.
car-
You might as well.
This car is yours. You fucking
Put your
marked
tampon
it.
in the chips. Who gives a shit?
This
At
is
this
the reason why you got to blacklight used cars when you buy them. 'Cause you don't know tampons in the cup holders, boogers under the seat.
Luminol.
You know how many boogers they find in cars?
Oh, yeah.
People
I mean, it makes sense.
picking
That makes
their
sense.
nose and wiping it on the underside of the seat.
Yeah.
dude.
Have you met
No.
humans? We're disgusting.
Don't you have tissues in your car? Like, who doesn't have like extra napkins or tissues in their car?
I know, honestly, like the stack of McDonald's napkin is
Thank
there
you,
for
or
you.
something.
So Sarah, I told her this last trip home, I was like, I'm telling that story on the podcast. I'm going to remember to tell it. And I did. So Thomas, you go tell Sarah, you play this segment for her so she can enjoy the reaction.
I knew a chick that did not believe that you're not supposed to flush tampons. She was 10 toes down.
What is that? Like, girl, why? Why hold that belief?
I know why. I remember when they came out with flushable applicators, and so it said flushable all over the boxes. But instead of like people reading beyond flushable and just knowing that it's the applicator, people just started flushing fucking tampons like it was.
I just don't understand what you get from that. Like, everyone has a trash can in their bathroom.
Yeah.
Every like
wrap it up with toilet
bathroom
paper,
that you
throw
go
it away.
into has a trash receptacle. Like, I do not understand holding the things people will go like balls to the wall to defend.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
No sense. It costs you nothing to just throw it in the trash can, you fucking weirdo. Anyway.
Also, if you don't believe it, just look it up.
Seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Let's take
break
5.
time.
We'll
Okay.
come back with the Tainted Love.
And we're back. All right, Christina.
Okay. I have the Tainted Love this week. I listened to a case file episode on this, which I definitely recommend because I don't have an hour and a half to tell this story the way that he did. I was on the edge of my seat. I had never heard of this story before at all. I did not know where it was going. Cass, you're the one that doesn't know this story, I don't think.
Okay.
I think you'll be able to pick up on it, though, because you're quite good at being like, whatever. But
It's that ADHD.
if you want the full experience, go find the case file episode. Then you can come back and hear my synopsis. Or you can just, say, I don't have an hour and a half of my life. I want the 20-minute version. And that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, they're researchers.
Top
Gotta
notch.
give them some good props. I was actually thinking about that this morning because I'm like, they put out an episode. They do take a break, like a season break, but I'm like, they put out an episode every week, and their research is always super, super fucking good. So check that podcast out.
Yeah, definitely want to give them a shout out. So I'm going to take you to Kansas in 1946.
Oh, wow. Oldie but goodie, huh?
Yeah. So this is where this story starts. Ruth, she's a young girl. She's living on her own. She has like this internship or small job at Southwestern Bell Company. Like, she's just starting to enter adulthood. So she gets home and then she hears like a noise. And that's when she realizes that she hadn't locked the front door. And there's a man in her apartment who then like attacks her. And all that she remembers is like having chloroform over her mouth. And then she sees the man heating up a flat iron on the stove before she passes out.
That fear that I feel like every woman experiences of, especially now that I live on my own, that like terrifying fear that somebody could be in your house is just
unmatched. It's so scary.
So scary. And to like, and I think we hear a noise and we're like, what if someone's in the house or fucking whatever? But to have that fear realized, like to come around a corner and there is actually someone there.
Yeah.
Terror. I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
So
this is why I'm glad I have Rose, because
she would have yipped.
Like,
my
Rose
God.
would tell me immediately that
My cats would do fucking nothing.
Fuck all.
They're not helping
Chuck,
me at all.
Chuck wouldn't give a shit. He'd be like, "Can I rub on my shoes? Can I rub my body on your shoe? That'd be great.
Do you have a bag I can
sit in? That'd be great.
sit in?
Yeah. No, Rose would be like, ah. But that's why when I came to Germany by myself, I brought Rose with me. And I felt so much safer. Even though she's a small dog, she's a mouthy
She's got to
bitch.
make noise.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's an alarm. So Ruth wakes up at 7:30 the next morning. She has burns on her thighs. She's still terrified that the man is there. She waits a while and finally contacts her parents. They go in, they make a police report, but no one's ever found or arrested for the attack. So now we're going to go forward in time, and it's Wichita, Kansas in June 1977. Ruth's now 47. She's still working at the telephone company. She's a mother of 2 grown sons, and she gets a phone call.
She's my age.
Yeah, she just endured like a really traumatic day because that afternoon her longtime husband, Ed, had collapsed from an apparent heart attack after working in their backyard. So now Ed's in a hospital bed as doctors search for why he passed out, like what is going on with him. This is also Wichita, Kansas in June 1977.
So what do you think of when you think of Wichita in the 70s?
Yeah. Yep.
BTK.
BTK. Yeah.
That's right. So it's all over the news.
Can we also talk about, like, because I've watched so much BTK content, can we talk about how fucking Wichita, I come from Springfield. I think Wichita is a bigger city, but it's not it's not Los Angeles. Like, it's not like a fucking huge city. No. Can you imagine if there was a serial killer like BTK that has such a specific, terrifying MO in your city of that size?
How do you sleep?
I don't know. I
have a million locks. That's the only way. And just a million locks.
Get a big ass dog.
Yeah, big ass dog.
Or 3.
Big ass gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. It's terrifying.
Scary.
So she's alone in her house. She doesn't know what's going on with her husband. And she gets a phone call. And instead of like a doctor from the hospital or anything like that, someone asks, is this Ruth Smock from Fort Scott, Kansas? And she has been Ruth Finley for a long time because her and Ed have been together for a long time. She doesn't have like many, it's just a weird question. So she says, yes, it is. And he says, I know all about that night. So she listens as this caller begins reading out loud from an October 15th, 1946 article from the Fort Scott Tribune. Branded on both thighs by a hot flat iron, apparently by a sex maniac, Ruth Smock, 16-year-old Fort Scott high school girl, was resting today at the home of her parents following an attack upon her early last night.
The cold fear that would have to run through you, getting a call like that, like, what is this? It's like 40 years or 30 years later?
Yeah. 31 years later.
Yeah.
So she's dealing with that. Now on the call, now on the phone, the male caller is asking Ruth if she still wore her brand. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. And the man tells her that he works for a construction company that's tearing down old houses in Fort Scott, and he found a bunch of newspapers in the wall, and the article about her was among them. If she didn't give him money, he said he'd spread the news of her teenage attack.
All right.
Saying, I know where you work.
All right.
That's my reaction to, because but you have to think about the time and, when she grew up and kind of the socialization around that, because that's how I feel too. I'm like,
all right,
go ahead. I didn't do anything. Like this thing happened to me.
Right.
Yeah. And it's shitty of you to come and like air something traumatic that happened to me. But like, I'm not going to play this game where you're threatening me over it either.
Yeah, exactly. So later that summer, like Ed's back home. They know what happened to him. He's like recuperating. So she's, going to work when an envelope comes on her desk and her name's scrawled across it. And she opens it up and it's the yellowed newspaper clipping. So she's like frightened, unsure what to do. She just tears it up and puts it in the wastebasket. But now she's starting to get phone calls more at home with the same unidentified male voice repeatedly over the next several months. If Ed answered the phone, then he would get hung up on. Ruth would try to hang up when she recognized the voice. So they were just trying to be like Ruth and Ed. This is the 70s. They were both children of poverty-stricken farmers and homemakers in rural Kansas who had struggled to survive during the Great Depression. They were extremely modest, responsible, polite, ordinary people. Like, they were very much raised with harsh disciplinarian parents who were, like, not very good at talking about feelings or, like, you go to work, you go to school, you go, you know,
Which
you
for
have to be
someone
respectable.
Who has suffered that kind of trauma, I cannot imagine. Like, that kind of trauma, that sexual trauma that she experienced, that like violation of your autonomy and also your safety in that way, to have parents who are just kind of like stiff upper lip. We just, you sorry this happened to you, but you know, we
never
move on.
bring
you
it
just got to
up.
move on.
Yep. Never bring it up
would
again.
be
Exactly.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's August 1977. Ruth's window shopping in downtown Wichita when a man pops out of a crowded crosswalk and starts walking beside her.
No.
So, you know, they both work downtown, like her and Ed. So, like, they're used to people like beside her. But then suddenly the man starts talking to her and says, "You've done such a good job working this week. You can take the weekend off." What a weird thing to have a stranger come up to say to you, right? I'd be like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
Yeah.
Like scream.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Attenciones. Attenzione. Picky pocket.
Picky
pocket.
Exactly. That's so right. So the man's in his late 40s. He's around 5'9", skinny, and he had black hair, but it was graying at the temples. And he asks her, "So you work for the telephone company, don't you?" Ruth's trying to like ignore him, but he keeps like persisting. "What do you do there? Are you an operator?"
Fucking nightmare.
When Ruth didn't answer, the man told her he'd recently won some money in Las Vegas. "Would you like to go to Las Vegas sometime?" Ruth, still giving him the silent treatment and just trying to get to where she's going. The man suddenly says, "The camera reflects the true quality of one's soul." Ruth answers, "I'm waiting for my husband." "Oh, are you still married?" "I like your face. I'll see you again. You can count on that. Some people's fantasies are other people's nightmares."
I hate it.
I can't think of an interaction that would scare me more.
That would haunt me for the rest of my life. I'd have nightmares about that interaction for the rest of my life.
Forever.
How fucking weird is that? That's terrifying.
I like your face.
Some people's fantasies are other people's nightmares. You said that out loud? No, thank you. So Ed, like, she is freaked out. She tells Ed, and Ed is listening to her and kind of thinking, like, "I think this guy was trying to hit on you, and like you know, like,
you know what's
no big
fucked
deal."
up? You know what's fucked up is like it being no big deal, like that. You know, shouldn't say that, but the fact that men hitting on you, sometimes that is. Like, sometimes men try and hit on you in a way that they are so unself-aware of themselves or like the female experience that they will try and hit on you in a way that is like blatantly violent.
Yeah.
Like, that is like so fucking scary that I could totally see another man being like, "Oh, he was just trying to hit on you and he's like clumsy about it," or whatever.
And
I
it's
could
like,
see that.
Well, I'm going to have nightmares for the rest of my life. So
Yes.
like, not okay. So Ed tells her this, and then like nothing really happens. A year goes by, so now it's June 1978. So Ruth is like, okay, maybe Ed was right, and I misinterpreted the situation somehow. But she's once again shopping downtown, and as she passes an alley between stores, she felt someone reach out and grab her wrist, and it was the man from the previous summer.
Woof.
So he tells her, he's like, Ruth, get back here, you stupid bitch, and talk to me. So Ruth yanks herself free, rushes across the street into Macy's. When she finally settles her breathing, she called Ed and asked him to pick her up immediately. She tells Ed about the assault. Then she finally tells him, hey, I've also been getting these harassing phone calls. So Ed's like, yeah, let's go file a police report. But again, the police are dealing with BTK. They're telling the police this thing, and they don't take it seriously. The cops don't. So like nothing gets investigated or nothing gets done. So then she starts getting letters and things to her house. So in October, she got a single sheet of paper with the words, fuck you, fuck the police, fuck the telephone company, give me money or you will be hurt. So Ed goes and visits the police again. They're finally directed to a lieutenant who listens to their stories, and now is like, this is really weird, and BTK also likes to write letters. So, okay, let's not take any chances. Let's actually look into this. So the following week, when another letter appears in the mailbox demanding that she pays $100 and saying, don't be a dumb bitch and blow this. I will try to be your friend, but when you are a dumb bitch, I don't like you. The police are starting to say, okay, like this seems to be escalating. So they're giving it to like specialists and trying to see like, okay, is this BTK? Is this related? Giving them letters that they have from BTK and letters from who Ed is now referring to as the poet, because he likes to write poetry, like bad poetry in his letters. And they want to look into it. Now they're investigating because they think that she might be BTK's next victim. So on November 21st, 1978, Ruth is running errands downtown, which, by the way, if it were me, I would never go downtown by myself.
I wouldn't be going anywhere by myself if I was in, not, blaming anybody, but I'm just like, just me and my anxieties.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of a sudden her car is blocked by a blue-green 1964 Chevrolet Bel Air, and no one else is around her. All she can see is like an older woman walking far up the street. The same man leaps from his car and demands, like, have you got my money? And kicks her in the shin. As she's folded over in pain, the man grabs her and shoves her into the car's tattered back seat. He climbed in next to her and slams the door. And in the driver's seat is another man, is drinking from a bottle. And she's looking for a way to escape, but the door handle on her side's broken. And she sees a gas can, pieces of concrete, chains, and rags around her in the back seat. So this is like an ordeal. They're driving her around all over town talking about like what they're going to do to her. They're going to rob her. They're going to steal her money. They're going to kill her. They're going to get rid of her, but not here. So finally, like hours go by. The weather's getting colder. It's turning into night. She finally convinces them that she has to pee. And so they let her out in like a park, and the guy that kidnapped her goes with her. She remembers she has mace in her purse, and they had taken her shoes and her sweaters so she wouldn't run away. But she maces the guy and ends up hiding in the park until she's sure that he leaves, and then ends up like being able to call Ed and call the police and make it to safety. So Ruth is in the police station, and Ed had, they figured out that they had stolen her paycheck and $100 U.S. savings bond. But now the police are convinced, like, it really might be the BTK stranglers. The overlap is just too much, and they're like, what's throwing them off is the other guy with them. Mm-hmm. They were just thinking it was one guy, but for the next 5 weeks, the detectives are like throwing a blanket of protection around Ruth. She's never alone during her lunch hours or anything like that. They're following her. They're trying to uncover any possible lead or suspect that they can.
At least they're taking it seriously.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Do you guys think that you would just leave town?
Yeah.
I know that their whole life is there and probably their kids and everything. And so I know it's not that easy, but I swear to God, if something like this was happening, especially in the 70s when people weren't as connected and it wasn't as easy to follow someone from state to state.
That would be my concern, is what if he finds me again? Does that make my life better?
I mean, he could absolutely find you somewhere else, but it's the 70s. It's like tracking people isn't as easy as it is now. You can't just get on the internet and find someone. I'd be like, let's just go
I think if the police weren't taking me seriously, if they weren't setting up all these like safety, like following me and all this stuff, I would probably be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm out of here. But knowing that...
Also, like the toll that this takes on you mentally, which the case file episode goes into, is that this has been going on now like for a couple of years. And that mental load of just constantly being anxious and looking over your shoulder is really taking a toll on Ruth. She's getting migraines a lot. Her health is suffering. Her mental health is really suffering. They both struggle to sleep. Like Ed takes a gun and stands guard like outside, like trying to catch the poet, like coming up and leaving letters in the mailbox, because the letters keep coming. They are weird poems, and I don't want to like read them out loud, but they're really, really unsettling.
Yeah, they're weird because I remember the case file episode. They're weird and they're bad.
Yeah.
Like you were saying. It's like, but which makes it creepier. It somehow makes it creepier because it's
like there's a childlikeness to it. Yeah.
Yes. It's so elementary the way that these poems are written.
Yeah.
It's ominous. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's July 1979. The letters have stopped. So now like Ruth and Ed get that little glimmer of hope. Like maybe we've made it through this. So they're getting ready to go to their annual summer trip in Colorado, and Ruth wanted a new pair of jeans. So on August 13th after work, she told Ed she's heading to Dillard's, and, Ed felt nervous about letting her go by herself, but Ruth said she'd be fine. So she's walking out of the store with her new jeans. It's dusk. And she was almost to her car when she heard a male voice call, "Hey, Ruth, I didn't know you were going to make this so easy." And it's the man who had kidnapped her 1 year earlier. She ran for her car, but before she could unlock the door, the man came up from behind, grabbed her wrist, shoved her head against the window, ordering her to get in, throws a brown paper shopping bag through the partially open window on the back seat. The bag had rope, tape, a red bandana, and a half-empty bottle of wine. Ruth manages to break free, and he gets an 8-inch boning knife and stabs her.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Twice in the back and once in the side. And on the third stab, the knife stuck into her flesh.
Gun.
Yeah. So she ends up being able to get into her car and locking him out. She had one of the windows open. She closed it so fast, like he was wearing gloves. His glove like caught in the window and was caught in the window as she drives off. So she's feeling woozy because she's been stabbed. She finally noticed a burning pain in her left side. Looking down, she sees the knife still jutting from her side.
Cool.
So she stops at a gas station, calls the police, and tells them that she's been stabbed. Ruth was so frightened that she was going to be followed by her attacker that she hangs up the phone, returns to her car, drives further to her house, and finally, like, Ed meets her, takes her to the hospital. She almost died. Like, the knife in her side, like, struck her kidney or something. So she literally almost died.
Oh my God.
Very, very close. And so now the cops are like, we have got to do something about this. The attacks are escalating now too, beyond letters. There is urine and feces being left at their front door. There's all kinds of, they had a Christmas party, and like all of a sudden the Christmas wreath is set on fire and like sets fire to their front door. So it's just like constant. And Ruth is just declining because it's like a constant attack on you mentally for years. And now the poet is also sending the newspaper taunting letters. So it's just too much. Public outcry is through the roof because now not only are they dealing with BTK, but now there's like another maniac who's attacking this normal person that lives in a normal Wichita area house. And they're like, what is going on? So previously, like, it has been something that just Ruth and Ed were going through, but now the whole community is involved. So new people get brought onto the case. So there's like a new captain. He's reviewing the files. He can't help but wonder, like, could it be possible that Ruth or Ed are the culprit? But he quickly changes his mind.
Is this the guy who was also working on BTK? It's like the same. Am I making that up?
Yeah.
Right?
He had put in long hours on the BTK case.
Because his name comes up if you research the BTK case. It's the same. His name comes up a lot. It's one of the major people who's interviewed.
But they quickly rule it out because they're like, there's no way the angle of the knife that Ruth couldn't have stabbed herself with such force at that angle. So, and then they also like met Ed and they're like, there's no way that Ed could do this. Like, he loves his wife so much. And so then the poet is also now writing letters to Hill, the detective, and is starting to harass him. So they're really like, okay, there's no way that we can be dealing with like Ruth or Ed aren't doing this. Like, this is somebody crazy, and Ruth's life is in danger. So they have investigated 300 people. They finally developed this risky plan to draw the poet out into the open. They put Ruth in a bulletproof vest and let her walk around downtown Wichita, shadowed by 8 plainclothes officers. More detectives would cruise the streets in unmarked cars. I know, seriously. But the ruse fails to turn anybody up. So local media is reporting on it. The copies of the poet's letters that went to a prominent psycholinguist came back. He wrote a report saying the poet was clearly and severely psychotic, virulently pathological, schizophrenic, and extremely dangerous. He also said that while the style and pathology of the poet and the BTK strangler were similar, he did not believe that they were the same person.
Which, imagine if you're following these cases and you live in, I'm getting the fuck out of Wichita. I gotta tell you, I'm like, there are 2 psychos in this city right now. No. Goodbye.
Yeah. So finally, this is now 1981. So this has been going on since 77, just years of nonstop. And they're no closer to identifying a suspect. So the chief at that time, Chief LeMunyon, was...
That's who it is. LeMunyon.
Yeah. He was somebody that was pretty like hands off. He was the administrators. He let his detectives work the cases. But his wife gets a threatening letter from the poet. So now he's like, give me the fucking files. Let me
cracking
look
them
at
knuckles.
it. Yeah.
We're going to do it now.
We're going to do it now.
Yeah, and he's the one I was talking about. He's like, if you ever watch anything on BTK, he gets
He's
interviewed.
the guy.
Lemunyon, Chief Lemunyon.
Yeah. And so like he's been hands off. He doesn't have a personal relationship with Ruth or Ed. He's just going to take the files home and take a look at him. So he comes back in. He takes the weekend. He's looking through the whole thing. He brings everybody into a room and he wants to keep this meeting confidential. And he announces to the detectives, the poet is Ruth. The poet is Ruth. And before any of the detectives could reply, Lemunyon begins listing his reasons. There's never been a single witness to any of Ruth's encounters with the poet, and although they all occurred in public places. The Finleys live on a dead-end street with little traffic, yet none of the neighbors or station police officers ever spotted the poet, nor were any footprints ever discovered. 3, detectives only found a single set of footprints, Ruth's, in the park where she had supposedly maced her kidnapper. She also said her kidnapper had struck her in the face with concrete, but her face showed no injury. Ruth had called the Central Investigations Office in the police department when she was stabbed. Why not 911? And she got out of the car to make the call, then back in the car to drive home. How could she do that with a knife in her? Captain Hill received a letter from the poet as soon as he took over Ruth's case, but only Ruth, Ed, and the police knew that Hill had assumed command. And as soon as the recording camera was placed in the birdhouse, a camera with only the Finleys and the police were aware, the poet stopped appearing in Ruth and Ed's backyard. And the poet's messages to Ed in the classified section of the newspaper stopped whenever the Finleys were on vacation and resumed when they returned. Ruth was the only suspect that made any sense, unless it's Ed, and I don't think it is. So they bring Ed.
What about the scars, like the leg, all that stuff too?
Oh, the brand? That was a attack from earlier, a teenage attack. So yeah, this whole thing started apparently when Ruth received a phone call
from this guy.
About.
I thought it was 47. So she had the first attack happened when she was 16. And then she got a call when she was 47.
Okay.
Yeah. So they pick up Ed. And they're like, Ed is one of those guys that's like, you talk to the police, you do what the police say. You know what I mean? Like, so he's answering all their questions, and they read him his rights and stuff. And he's like, oh, like, of course, like, I'll answer your questions. He takes a polygraph, and they tell him, hey, after questioning you and everything, they rule him out completely. He passes the polygraph, flying colors. They're like, the poet's Ruth, dude. And he's like, oh, no. Like, really? Like, uh-oh.
That man's been suspicious
years.
since
like,
the beginning.
How many years has this been? It's like 77 to 81. Like, 81.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be putting your family through, like, just sheer terror.
Yeah. So they pick up Ruth. They're able to... In between that, before they pick them up, the one thing that really nails it down, and Lemunyon is so smart about this too. He's like, if any single bit of this leaks to the newspaper,
it's done.
I'm firing all of you.
Yeah,
all of you. The whole department is fired.
Especially with BTK happening.
Yeah.
Where you like. There was so much happening with the press because BTK was reaching out to the press and things being leaked before the cops had time to process it and stuff like that. I cannot imagine. And this would be so salacious. I cannot imagine.
Yeah. So they're basically able to catch her in the act of mailing the poet letters. So when they finally do pick her up and they read her rights and she's answering questions and she knows these guys. She's been coming to them for years with these complaints. They're like personal friends with one of the...
At this point,
At this point.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Because I do remember this. I really did not want to spoil the surprise. But like I do remember this case file. So that detective, the one before LeMunyon or whoever, like they went to like church together. They were buddies. Can you imagine? You have spent so many years on this case. You just trust these people implicitly. And then you would not want to believe at all that like this was something that could be possible.
Yeah. And so Hill is the one that's interrogating her. And he's like talking to her, and then he interrupts her and he's like, Ruth, either you or Ed could have done every one of these things. And Ruth says, we've discussed that. We've said, they probably suspect one of us. Hill then places a pile of the letters on the table and said, have you ever written any of these? She said she had not. He says, what if I called you a liar? Because I have evidence that shows you have. And he says, you got a problem, lady. She says, when did I mail these letters? And Hill shows her the surveillance photo, like basically catching her in the act. And then her face just goes vacant. And he softens and he's like, Ruthie, why? It's time to tell us why. We're not mad at you, Ruth. We just want to know why you're doing this. Do you need some help? And Ruth says, yes. He says, why would you make up a story about the abduction? She says, I don't know. Why did you stab yourself? I don't know. And he like reassures her that she's not a criminal. I just want an explanation. She says she doesn't have one. So she finally admits that she has written all the letters. She's the one that had done all of the, like, setting the Christmas wreath on fire, leaving ice picks and urine and feces on her porch, siphoned gas for Molotov cocktails from her car. She said on the day of one of her abductions, she had just taken a bus to Twin Lakes, then walked to the river to leave her sweaters and shoes for the police to discover. But even as she's recounting this, she's not even sure that they're real. She's just telling, they don't even feel like memories to her. What she would discuss later, she doesn't really remember.
She's disconnected.
Yeah. She asked, did you mean to hurt yourself as bad as you did? She says, I don't know. And she doesn't know what was going through her mind when she wrote the poet's letter. And she doesn't know how long it took her to write him. The only memories she has feel like they belong to someone else. And after the interview, he asks, like, how do you feel? And she says, I wish I was dead. So it's incredibly obvious now that Ruth is going through a mental crisis. So they take her to a hospital, basically, to meet with psychologists. And basically, she had done all this work through therapy, identified that she had been traumatized, abused by a family friend when she was 3.5 years old. And the red bandana that keeps coming up in like the letters, like little pieces of it and stuff, it's because that man had tied her with a red bandana and like basically like sexually assaulted her. And her parents knew about it and then stopped the friend from coming over, but they never discussed it. They never. And she said through therapy that she could remember looking above herself as a child, watching it happen.
Disorder.
Yeah. And that's what started it. And then when you think back to like her childhood attack and being home alone and then all of that stuff.
Right, because that actually happened. So that I think is something that's like when she was 6, so she was abused as a child. And then at 16, she had one of the most traumatic things that could happen to you as a human being happen to you, which is like a home invasion, sexual assault, physical mutilation situation. Like those things happened. And to not have anyone validate that.
Yeah.
And then your brain.
To go through the stress of like living during the BTK stuff and then like her husband,
Your kids
they
are
thought
gone.
he was going to die. She's alone in the house. And so it just like
triggered with no coping skills whatsoever.
Yeah, none. Now, that silver lining of this story was, although the whole investigation cost almost $400,000, the police did not press charges against her.
That's shocking, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
it is
shocking.
really. And
But that really goes to show how authentic. I mean, they in the 70s or early 80s, for them to really believe that this is a mental health crisis. That this woman couldn't have. Because, you know, I could totally see, especially police officers at that time, you know, kind of that, well, she should have just picked herself up by her bootstraps or fucking whatever. Like, for them to really believe that, like, she did not mean to do this. She was unwell. She was completely unwell. Yeah. And not only that, like, Ed stood by her side too. And like her community, actually, like when she finally shared her story lately, because obviously like it was a big police story at the time. So shocking in the best way that people recognized and supported her.
Yeah. And she had a completely normal rest of her life, you know, after receiving, you know, the treatment that she needed to heal, to finally, you know, deal with the trauma that she had been through. She was accepted by the community. She didn't face any charges, and her husband stuck by her. So, in a way, I think is the happy ending to this story. But the reason, I mean, this story terrified me in so many different ways. Like, just thinking through not really knowing yourself, you know, or the ways that trauma can manifest in you, that you're doing things so out of character.
Well, it's that, like, your body keeps score, right? Mm-hmm. It remembers if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Your body remembers, and it will, if you do not deal with it.
Yep.
It will find a way to deal with itself. Like, that is just the way that it goes. It'll
manifest in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And this came into my head again because of the whole Kendra situation on TikTok, with being, you know, where I'm just like, this whole story, as many twists and turns as it had for everybody to understand and come together to get this woman help, I thought was the way that it should be handled. And you know, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm feeling really bad about the whole Kendra situation, because I'm like, where are her friends, her family, or somebody coming to get her?
Right.
No, I know. As much as we joke about it, or maybe did joke about it on the last episode, she very clearly does not. And we said this on the last episode. She does not have a support system.
Yeah.
Because there is, look, I've gone through it mentally. I've acted irrationally, not in that way, but in other ways. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people can relate to that. You are not yourself when you are having a depressive episode, a manic episode, whatever fucking is happening to you, like an anxiety attack, whatever's happening to you, like, you are not yourself. And so I can completely relate to and empathize with that situation. Mm-hmm. You have to have a support system. So you either a support system or something to bring you back. Like, something has to bring you back from the brink. You know what I mean? You have to, whether that's you've developed coping skills that you can then lean on and rely on, but that requires a certain amount of self-reflection, self-worth, self-work, and to be able to draw on that. Like, not everybody has that. And if you also don't have people there to kind of like check you in that moment,
right,
it would be so fucking easy just to tumble off the edge of a cliff, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
oh, well, what are you guys watching this week?
Yeah, that story is bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you texting me when you listened to it, because I had listened to it a while ago on Case File, and I was like, yeah, man, And you do end up feeling for her so much in the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm listening to it. I'm like, how have I never heard of another serial killer that's active at the same time as BTK? I'm like, this is bananas.
Because,
it wasn't. Yeah.
Still, we should hear about it just as a study of like what the brain can do, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just, since I already talked about it, I have not been in a place when I've been able to focus on anything. I did watch the first episode of The Pit because people have like really recommended that to me.
Dude, he is so hot.
Yeah.
God
so
damn
hot.
it. Noah Wiley.
So hot.
I swear to
Shit,
God.
bitch.
Yeah.
That man is fine. And like, I was looking at him and I was like, you shouldn't be as hot as you are. It is it's one of those situations where I'm like, I'm picking up some personality here.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not been in a place where I've been able to really sit down and absorb a show like that. So like I said, and in this day and age, things are hard out there. Give some love to some content creators that you actually really like, who are spending some time and energy really
Like
working.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to these people.
Smash
I've been
that subscribe
watching.
button.
Smash it. I've been watching Kenny JD. She does Bad Movies and a Beat is what she's like most known for, where she watches bad movies and she does her makeup. I watched her episode on Beautiful Disaster.
Oh, dude, I need to check that out.
Yeah,
Cracked
send
me
that
the
to us.
fuck
Send
up.
that to
I
us.
will
Yes.
send it to you.
Send the
And
link.
actually, it gave me an appreciation because she's like a bad movie connoisseur, and she's like, this movie is fucking trash, and I loved that it was trash. And I was like, that's actually
Yes,
because we
valid.
did not have that take.
I
No,
need,
we did
I
on
need
the
to
first
find.
one. We did it on
Yeah.
the second one.
It's
The
true. It was
second
the
one
first
was
one.
like, okay,
was the first
we're
one.
plenty.
So I'll
Yeah.
send that to you. So she's Kenny KENNIEJD on YouTube. So go enjoy.
I need to find. There's a black woman that showed up on my FYP this morning. I'm already in love with her. Who is watching Little House on the Prairie and
girl,
recapping the
that's
episodes
hilarious.
of Little House on the Prairie.
Please send that to me because I bet that shit is so fucking funny. A black
is.
woman who's never seen Little House on the Prairie.
I can't wait. Send it.
You know what one of my favorite things is, and I saw it on some show on HBO too. I'm like, get that bag. He got hired to talk about it. But the creator who's on TikTok who talks about Seventh Heaven.
No.
Oh my God. So fucking funny.
Oh yeah, he's great
So
too.
funny.
I think his name's like Blakely Thornton or something like that.
So good.
Oh God.
So good.
Oh, I've been watching Couples Therapy on
No.
Showtime. Oh my God. I'm obsessed with Dr. Orna. I am obsessed with that show now. It is my new favorite fucking show.
I got my own problems. I can't.
No.
It is so good. Everything about that show is so good. I'm obsessed with it. And Eric and I love it. We're like just
Judging other
picking
couples.
sides.
You're like,
We're,
fuck
like,
these
eating
guys.
ice cream, no,
can you believe this
she's
motherfucker right
wrong.
here? What an idiot.
You're like, our marriage is so perfect. Look at all these bitches over here fucking up.
Dude, it's so good. And I'm obsessed with Dr. Orna. I want her style, her demeanor, everything about her is so effortlessly like Gen X cool. I'm obsessed with her.
I've been watching a show that I can't remember the name of and tried to look up for 3 seconds and couldn't find, so it doesn't exist any longer. It's a show on HBO that's like still currently out and dropping new episodes, but it's like takes place on like they go back to like the pioneer days basically.
Oh,
And-
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I cannot think of the name of it. It's
I can't remember either. It's
I'm
like Back
obsessed
to the
with it.
Frontier or something
Yes,
like that.
yes.
But it,
Oh yeah,
I heard about it and I want to give props because I used to watch Fixer Upper.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Chip and Joanna Gaines, I was like, they are probably some secret MAGA
Probably.
people. However, they have a gay couple. They are like
Oh my God.
producing the show. There's a gay couple on that show, and the number
love
of
them.
people who have reached out to them to be like, I can't let how dare, like, we thought you were Christian, like,
Ugh,
fucking,
gross.
I can't let my kids watch this show anymore because you're promoting these values. And I have to say, I always kind of thought Chip was a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chip. he has been snapping back at these people.
Okay.
Like, we are
Changed my
Christians.
mind.
Like, we believe that like everybody deserves love and respect. Like
we follow Christian values. You mean?
I was so blown away by his response to all of these haters. So I'm like, all right, I see you. I'm gonna shop Magnolia now. I get it. Okay, good.
Okay, we'll see. All right. Yeah. I will be honest. I was not. I didn't see Chip Gaines and what's her name being on my
Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna being on my pro list this year. But who knows? 2025 is throwing us curveballs left and right. So, but no, the show is really good. The show is really good.
Yeah, we put it on our watch list.
Yeah,
we're interested. I watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, I want to see people fucking homestead.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Let's go.
Yeah. Honestly, fuck it.
Can we do it as friends? Do we have to be like family?
Dude,
family.
Constantly seeing those things that's like, would you live on this remote island in Ireland and they'll pay you
Do you
$50,000?
fucking see what reality is like?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Bitch,
Yeah.
Yes.
Without Wi-Fi for 3 weeks.
Amazing. Sounds like a vacation.
Yeah.
You're like,
They'll pay
and you're paying me
$1,000,000.
I was thinking about paying you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, but
honestly, I would pay for the pleasure. I'm about to go. Like, I'm looking at these silent retreats that are like fucking $5,000.
Girl,
pay somebody to.
they
What's that
said
Ali
that-
Wong? She's like, pay somebody to shut the fuck up for
there's
3 weeks.
Convents are like, so you can pay to go to these like convent retreats too, and they're sold out. They're like sold out everywhere. People are
Nobody
like,
wants to engage in reality.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, if you guys have a silent retreat we should go to, if you have something we should watch, if you have a terrible date story, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.